Hi there, this is Pete Howard, Consignment Director in Entertainment and Music for Heritage Auctions, and a lifelong Bob Dylan fan. Any serious music student of the 60s probably is, and this is just such a wonderful 1960s Dylan concert poster that it's just such a pleasure to bring this to you and to record a video to point out some of its fine points. November 1963 in Syracuse, New York, one of the best looking Dylan concert posters from his prime ever produced. I just love this horizontal layout. Let's face it, most of these window cards, of course, were, I guess they call it portrait, but vertically oriented, and I just love this landscape or horizontal orientation. It's just really super eye-catching, and it allowed them to give more than half the poster over to just Bob's picture. So it's just really, a real looker, I guess you would say. And then you've got that killer type font for his name. That's easily the best font that Dylan's name has ever been delivered in advertising in his entire career. I mean, it's just a shame they only used it for, I think at grand total I've seen 4 or 5 different posters use that font, and then I guess his management just chose to not hang on to it. But anyway, this is still the freewheelin' Bob Dylan. That's right, his second album with Blowin' in the Wind. That's all that had come out so far at this point. His third album would be 2 or 3 months before it was released. But he had finished recording it by this point. Matter of fact, 10 days before this very show, Dylan recorded the super important seminal song, The Times They Are A-Changin'. To me, to this Dylan fan, that song is just so untouchable and even more important than Blowing in the Wind. So you certainly knew exactly what Bob sounded like at this show because you have his voice from 10 days earlier on the record singing that all-important song. And another thing that makes this poster special, it's one of the few in Dylan's career and the 60s tied to the civil rights movement. Because look at that, and presenting the show was the Congress of Racial Equality, or CORE. So that's really a nice, if you're a historian of Americana and politics and stuff like that, it adds just really a sweet touch to this poster. And then that photo of Bob, it's perfect. It's got his acoustic guitar, his harmonica in the neck holder, which is so Dylan, and a work shirt, kind of like he wore on the cover of his third album coming out, The Times They Are A-Changin'. I even love the fact that Columbia Records is mentioned or plugged down at the bottom of the poster in very subtle fashion instead of, with the big walking eye logo. I just love the way it says that. So this poster is 20 inches by 14 inches on cardstock, and collectors of Dylan will know that there's a common bootleg out there. There has been for many, many years, and the bootleggers did do a couple things slightly different to help distinguish this original from the fakes, and that is the bootlegs were made slightly smaller. So this is 14 by 20, and generally the bootlegs are 19.5 by 13.5, or around in that neighborhood, sometimes 3/4 of an inch. And if there's any question there, the repros, or bootlegs, also had some white lines like squiggly worms, both in Dylan's ear and a little bit along his hairline at the top of his forehead. So if you're a Bob collector, you're probably pretty aware of this. Just a really special, totally original, made in '63 to promote the show and sell tickets, Bob Dylan concert poster. I mean, with the freewheelin' and Blowing in the Wind as his current album, and he had just recorded The Times They Are A-Changin', which would, shake their windows and rattle their walls, and the civil rights benefit concert like this, and fantastic eye appeal. I mean, I don't have to sum it up and say this has all the bells and whistles. If you were to have one Dylan vintage concert poster in your collection, I could hardly think of a better candidate than this. It's just very special, and we're very pleased. We're going to be offering it in our mid-May, May 11 through 14, music memorabilia and concert poster sale coming up from Heritage. And that's this poster, and this actual poster will be on the Saturday, May 13th. But be sure to check all 4 days. We have lots of concert posters spread out, so be sure to see it all. And to get more information and to see more info on this poster and read more about it, just go to our website at ha.com/7306.